Okay, here's the plan. I have a website. It's a UDEMY blog, but I have 74 thought-provoking questions to get you pondering. I thought what we could do is one of us says a random number. There's the rain. And we look at the question and we talk about it. Okay? Sound good?
Sure.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Say a random number. You start.
33.
What is the last thing that you've done that's really worth remembering?
I guess it depends on whether remembering is like long term or like short term memory. It's like I hurt my hands and I should remember that. So I should remember not to like pick things up and do that. But if it's like long term, I think
Like when you're 30 years old. Oh, wait, that's not that long.
that's kind of long.
It's like 6 years. When you're 50 years old, it's still worth remembering.
I mean, going to Barcelona, that's like the only thing that I've
that
done.
was a while ago.
I know.
Was it like a year ago?
Yeah, more.
Last thing you've done that's worth remembering.
Dude, there's nothing that I've done in this past year.
That's all you got?
I haven't gotten laid.
Would you remember that when you're 50 anyways, though?
No.
So that wouldn't be worth remembering.
It's probably, that's it. I mean, what else?
Barcelona, okay. What would I have done that's worth remembering? The last thing I did that I definitely think is worth remembering for most people is turning 21. I don't know how memorable my birthday was, though. We didn't really do anything.
Your birthday was like so normal.
It was a normal day. I think that's the last thing I've done that's worth remembering, but not in my life, really.
I guess that just shows like that we just need to do more things worth remembering.
Yeah, I guess, that's a good point. We should do things. Like go out in the rain right now.
I love the rain.
Me too, but there's probably lightning and that's a no-go.
I want to go out there.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll choose a number then. 70. 70 is, do you consider yourself the hero or the villain of your story?
That's weird because usually I think villains aren't the main characters. So, like, I feel like I'm the main character of my story. Sometimes there's, like, movies about villains, but...
They're always spun in, like, a light.
Yeah. They're not as bad as you actually think they are, like, type thing.
So are you that not as bad as everyone thinks you are kind of person, or are you a good person that does good things?
I think I'm a good person that sometimes does bad things.
So you're a normal person?
Yeah. So I'm neither a hero nor a villain. If anything, I would rather be a villain, but...
Because they're more interesting.
Yeah. Heroes that are, like, super righteous, like, are, like, it's boring. You don't have any depth.
What about, like, Rorschach? You know who Rorschach is? Do you know what a Rorschach is? They're the things that, like, a shrink will show you. They're symmetrical. The ink blots. Yeah. So Rorschach, his face is an ink blot, but it's always shifting, but symmetrically.
Whoa.
And I guess he's technically a good guy, but he's more like a Batman kind of good guy. He's really dark. He can do some dark things.
Cool.
Usually.
I guess I didn't think of Batman, but...
Batman's got some depth.
He's got a lot of depth. There's a lot of superheroes that have depth, but, like...
I know what you mean. I think I am a normal person in my story. I guess I'm the main character, but everything's so boring that there's no reason to read my story. Your turn.
12.
What are the chances that you've passed up that you regret?
I don't know if there has been very many for me.
You just don't get chances ever?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't get chances for things usually. Yeah. I regret things, but not like there's not anything that like has been an opportunity that I've missed out on.
I think there are for me. A lot of the chances a lot of my chances are chances I could have had but didn't quite have. Like I regret not being able to have those chances, if that makes sense. So for example, there have been multiple instances where I could have gone to teach in Japan if I was fluent, or teach in some other place, or do things something in some other place if I was fluent, and in the language of that place. And because I had been slacking, I just wasn't fluent yet, so I kind of missed up on the chance. So I kind of regret that. I regret every one that's happened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like I'm missing out on the chance. I regret not having the chance.
I guess in that aspect, I regret not practicing guitar as much as I could or want to, you know? Like all the chances that I had to practice that I didn't take.
If we devoted as much time to the things we love as we do to the things that aren't so important, like TV and video games and things like that, we'd all be really good at what we want to do, but we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Next question?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. How about 52? 52, what is your greatest strength? You're like, I don't have any strengths.
Yeah, I don't have strengths. I don't know. I hate that question.
Oh, you're critical.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I guess, like, one of my greatest strengths is probably be, like, listening to people or being able to understand people or wanting to understand people. That might be one of my greatest strengths.
Your strength is the desire to understand people?
Yeah. Like, that's why I say that there could be different definitions of different words all the time. Because, like, what do you mean by this word? Or what do you mean, like, if I don't understand, I'll ask. So, like, I want to understand you more.
Your greatest strength?
Yeah.
Just the desire to understand. Let's say maybe my greatest strength is kind of the ability to just go with whatever happens. But at the same time, sometimes that kind of gets... I kind of get walked all over because of that. Not often. But sometimes I'll also miss out on opportunities because of that.
It sounds like more of, like, not necessarily a weakness, because, like, you can be content all the time, but, like, might be because you are content all the time, that you have missed opportunities that would have been nice or good. So it's, like, kind of falls in both categories depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah. I'd like to say it's a strength. I'd like to say that the ability to be content with whatever and not push against reality is something worth having.
For sure.
Alright, your turn.
Have we done 52?
That's literally what we just did.
Oh my
I
god.
can't choose anyone.
I already picked. 34.
34.
Seriously? You did 52?
Yeah, it's the one we just did.
I'm stupid.
What gets you excited and driven to achieve?
When I see something that I really like, but not like something tangible, more like when I see someone doing something, or I see like a movie, or I hear a soundtrack in a movie, or I see like people playing really awesome music or beautifully, or someone doing something masterfully always makes me like really
Want to get to that point
yeah
in whatever you're doing?
yeah.
I would agree, yeah. Like when we watched that movie earlier, I was thinking, wow, that was a really beautiful movie. I want our movies to be like that.
Yeah.
And then when I see people that can speak 4 or 5 languages, I'm ready to start learning right now. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, seeing masters, I guess, of their craft.
Mm-hmm. The hardest part is trying to be able to, like, continue that drive.
Yeah, you'd have to consistently just maybe take a picture of the master. Like, wow, that guy. I'm really inspired, and start doing your thing. When you lose some inspiration, just look at the picture. Maybe put it in a little heart locket.
Yeah.
No, you're not into it.
No.
It's a little weird.
That wouldn't work for me, I don't think.
Looking at a picture of them?
No, I'd have to
you
like
have to watch
actually
them do it or see their progress. Sure. Okay, well, picture. 63. Would your life be better or worse if you knew the time and place where you would die? I guess it depends, on when the time and place is. Because if it's like 5 minutes from now, my life would not be that much better. I'd be really stressed out and afraid, but if it was like 30 years from now, and you knew that was guaranteed you'll die then, you can do anything. You know you'll survive it and you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. I think it would probably make life better, for sure. And
up until like the year of, maybe.
I don't know, because you'd have like so long to face that reality. Like, I'm gonna die on this day, like at this time. I know it, so I'm just gonna like do what I want and make sure that I regret nothing on my way there.
Here's a sub question to that: would you ever have, or do you think you'd have the desire to kill yourself before then, to like take control?
Maybe.
Like I don't like destiny. I don't like knowing that's when it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it myself beforehand.
I feel like that's a lot of people would take that option. Yeah.
Just I don't think they have power over their life.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Because I already feel like I don't have any power over my life, so it's like, what? Like sure. I don't care whether I do or not. So it's like,
well, we could probably do one more.
All right.
Okay, your turn.
What'd you do? 67.
67. No, we didn't.
Okay.
67. What would happen if you never wasted another minute of your life? What would that look like?
Never wasted. It depends on what a wasted minute would mean.
I know you're against the expression wasting time.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as wasted time. I guess it would just look like someone being productive. like if you think of it in like the normal social aspect of what wasting time is, for me it would be like playing guitar all the time and like working on our movies and composing music and eating, because I like to do that, so, and sleeping and just kind of working on things all the time. But that sounds like it would be shit, because
busy all the time.
You'd be busy. You wouldn't have any like free time to enjoy watching the rain, or
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
unless that's
if you enjoy watching the rain, that's not wasting time.
Right. I don't like the word wasting time. I just don't like it.
I don't know. For me, I don't feel like I waste most of my time. I'm typically happy doing what I'm doing. If I were to be wasting time, theoretically, it'd be at work. It'd be working. I don't really enjoy working. So, if the rest of my life I never wasted any time at all, it'd probably look more like traveling and learning the languages I want to learn and just kind of experiencing new things every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the closest I can get to how I view a productive life for myself.
I see that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have anything more to say about it.
Me neither. We might be wrong.
Yeah.
About our opinions.
Sure.